Wizzy, our first driver out every time. And the second one will be Xenophi. Sadly, he's not here right now. But we'll wait until we see a Wizzy, who's going to be out immediately every time. Maybe he might be beat this time. I'm quite impressed. I mean, right now he's only third from the grid exit, but technically sometimes they're usually last, and a Wizzy always finds a way to get out first. I think he just puts on like the first setup and immediately leaves. VCarb did have a good race, I believe, in Singapore. I believe they both finished, despite both crashing out at one point. Both a Wizzy and Trip Yachts finished. A Wizzy is out again, as you can tell. He looks to have a very bright helmet. Kind of gives Miami. I can't really see so far. Kind of gives Kool-Aid, if you think about it. Ah, okay, I see. I like it. I like it. It reminds me, it has a very Miami tone to it, in my opinion. And as someone who lives near Miami, I quite like it. We have a Tier 1 driver currently here witnessing. He is rooting for Pontic in the Haas. Pontic did not race in Singapore. He is racing now. He is going for the championship lead, as Lone Wolf took it in Singapore, but Lone Wolf is not here. So technically, Lone Wolf cannot defend this championship. Pontic could take the championship. And I believe in second place is Kursk, who is here. Kursk is not missing. Let me check the standings. Kursk is only 11 points off, so as long as he finishes this race in a top 5 position, he takes the lead. Pontic is 20 points down, meaning he not only has to win, he has to win, and Kursk cannot finish with high points. You cannot hear the game. Let me figure it out. I do have a very low audio setting on the game, so unless it's like really low, I can increase it. Is that better? I don't like having the game too loud because then I can't hear myself think. Actually, I might lower it by 1. If you can't hear it at all, like, is it mute or can you not hear it? It made no sense. I said the same thing twice. Is it low or is it mute? Because there's a difference. If it's mute, then I'll fix it. If it's just low, I want to keep it like this so I can talk. Nine cars out. Xenophi wants his invite, so I'll invite him now. That will make it 10 cars. Send an invite his way. Hopefully he can come out. There is a yellow flag. Let me go for track maps. Our first car who is going to come across the line with a time will be a Wizzy. A Wizzy is currently in Sector 2. Sorry, now he's in Sector 2. Purple for sector, but he's the only time, so it's always going to be purple. Brian can, in fact, join the title fight. Brian has been having an amazing string of races recently. He's been impressing since Bahrain, in my opinion. He does have his teammate, who is a potential championship contender, Pontic, but Brian right now is putting in the show that he might not just be a second driver. A Wizzy across the line for 131.446. He is now P1. Kursk takes it, however, for 129. Pontic for 128 completely wipes the floor of the two previous times of a 128.77. Pontic is our new provisional pole leader. Pontic always puts a high time on the chart every time. Marshaller impressed in Silverstone, a front wing off a Wizzy, but Marshaller comes across the line of a 130.1. Great form in the race of Silverstone. He also had a great race in Singapore. Despite having damage and despite having multiple opportunities to pit, Marshaller stayed out and had good time. Let's see Brian. Brian is currently in Sector 1. He should be doing a qualifying lap, and he hits the wall and it validates his time. It did not look like he hit the wall, though. To me, it looked like netcode. Xenophi, if you're in the chat, I recommend you don't reinstall the game, but repair it. Actually, if you're on PC. If you're on PC, there should be a button to repair the game. If you're on console, I have no clue what to do. I'm sorry. But repairing the game is faster than reinstalling it. Oh, so you're in the game, but you just can't race? That's crazy. Brian currently has an invalid time. In the wall goes the kick Sauber, and it looks like the Aston Martin as well. Aston Martin has no front wing. The Aston Martin, it was in the wall, has no front wing. It looks like the kick Sauber has nothing to do with it. He does not have damage, so it's possible it was just a bad corner exit from the Aston Martin. I have no clue what happened. There was a slight demolition derby, to quote Marcy, our championship leader in Tier 1. The kick Sauber comes into the pit lane, followed by the Aston Martin with no front wing. Honey Badger, this is his debut race. He is a reserve driver who came in to fill in for Red Bull, puts it on pole position, beating Pontic in the Haas by 1/10.5 with a 128.6. Pontic has a potential new rival with Honey Badger in the Red Bull. Let's see if Kirsch, with his new softs, can set a time that can compete with them. He is only about half a second down on Pontic. I do believe Kirsch could try to compete for pole, and even if he can't, if he has to settle for third, Kirsch usually has great race pace. In the yachts is Brian and Trip Yachts. Neither driver set a time. Both, I believe, did go out. Brian's coming back out, but I think both invalidated their lap time. Leah Plays is in 7th. She has a 134.4. A Wizzy with a 131.1. He was her first time. And a TTV P5 in the Aston Martin. Pontic sets a new fastest lap. I was not watching. I was looking in the pit lane. He sets a new fastest lap for 128.5. 500ths faster than Honey Badger. He takes back provisional pole. He is not letting him have it. Pontic has now set 2 of the fastest times in the lobby, only being beaten by once of Honey Badger. The prediction for this race is how many safety cars is going to come out. I think 2 probably is an understatement. I'm looking at 4 in my opinion. I don't think 4 is even allowed. I think the maximum per race is probably 3 actually, according to the game. But I still think it might be a virtual safety car at the minimum for 4. Sector 2 has a yellow flag. However, that means nothing in this game. It usually just means the car's going slow to let someone pass. Pontic is on his in lap. He's the only driver out on track coming in front of the lap. Everyone else is either in the pit lane or on an out lap. Do I think Brian is going to compete for the championship? I don't think for this championship. I think Brian is the deficit from first is too big to allow him to catch up. I do think he might compete for the 3rd place in the championship, but next season I could see Brian having a run at the championship. Similar to Oscar Piastri. Last year he couldn't do much, he was too far down, but this year he is currently leading. So I do see Brian as a potential next season, not next year, next season. I believe the car behind him, which is the Aston Martin, is starting his lap now. We'll be following him throughout. One thing I wish that they will somehow be able to implement is maybe a spectating broadcast channel where the game automatically cycles through people who are on outlaps. As currently, not outlaps, on push laps. As currently, the only way for me to spectate is I had to manually go to each car, meaning I do lose a lot of action. I know it's like a big ask. I'm probably just coping because I suck at it. But currently, I do miss a lot of hot laps or battling because I just don't know where to look. I'm watching one driver. I don't look at the minimap enough to see what's happening. Hopefully, I start getting better at it. Who do I think will be fighting for the championship next season? Next season is a question, as I do not know where drivers are being moved. There's going to be, I believe, a new tier, actually, I think. I think there's a new tier. So with the new tier, people are going to be moved up and down and up, yada yada yada. So I don't know who's going to be in this current tier, or if this current tier is going to be moved as a tier 3. But if I had to pick my personal favorites, I do believe whatever tier Pontic is in, he has a high chance of competing. And I do think that within a tier of drivers similar, I do think Marshaller, a Wizzy, or Brian, I think all of them pretty much have really good chances of competing for pole positions and wins. Kursk as well, but I think Kursk is in the tier of Pontic, so Pontic will be most likely fighting with Kursk. Honey Badger is new. He might not have the race pace, we'll see. But TTV crosses the line, does not improve on his time. He is still P5. There is 7 minutes and 10 seconds left in the qualifying session. Leah plays it on her out lap. Everyone should be technically on a push lap right now. We'll see what Honey Badger is doing. Can he ruin Pontic's party by getting into the pole position? He is currently flying. We'll see his time coming out of Sector 2. He's rapidly approaching the timing table. Currently, there is no Red Bull in Tier 1 that has impressed enough like this. Can he put Red Bull on the timing tables? Coming across Sector 2, he is green. It is not purple, but it is green. Slight improvement off the wall, into the wall. Honey Badger's in the wall, loses the front wing. He is evaded his lap because of that. It's literally the same situation as Max Verstappen in 2021. Kind of funny. Different corner, same event. He is not going to improve on Pontic. He's going to come into the pits now. He has one more chance to improve. 6 minutes left in the session. He probably only has one tire left. Pontic keeps provisional pole because of this incident. Kursk is still in the pit lane. Marshaller is pushing. This is his push lap. Coming across the final corner soon. Can he improve to P3? He's only 3/10 down. Marshaller has drastically improved since the beginning of the season. It looks like he is coming into the pits, however. So it is not going to be a out lap. Oh, it will be an in lap, not a push lap. He is still P4. 3/10 down on P3. TTV is only 1/10 down on Marshaller. He's coming into the pits now. It's possibly, I think everyone already did their out lap, and I was distracted by the Red Bull, which is fair. Leah Place, however, is still out. She is ghosted, however. I don't know why. She does have damage. She has damage coming through the first sector. Honey Badger's correcting me, saying they have 2 tires remaining. So Honey Badger's saving a pair of softs for the race, possibly. They are in the pit lane. 2 cars are currently out on their out lap. So if Leah plays doing her push lap. Who is my prediction? What the heck? Sorry, I got distracted by a comment in the Discord. Sorry. Anyways. Who is going to be on pole position for the Jetto race in Tier 2? Pontic is currently having great form. He's currently in provisional pole, but only by half a tenth. Honey Badger can improve, but so can Pontic. Pontic sets a faster time. Again, I was not looking, but he does not care. He still improves by 5/10 up to a 128.1. He is keeping provisional pole no matter what I say or do. He is going to fly. Pole position in Jeddah is possibly one of the better tracks to have, just because of how bad following a car is in this new engine for 25. Horrible tire wear, horrible engine heat, horrible everything, honestly, being the following car. You don't get that much slipstream, and you get a horrible dirty air to the corners. So it is possible Pontic being on pole position might win him the race just because he's in P1. Not to discredit his abilities to have race pace, but that is honestly enough. I think he just hit the wall, though. He didn't, in fact, hit the wall. Well, you hit a wall, you get pole position, everything happens. Gotta, humble yourself sometimes. Pontic, I believe, said this is his first season in a league race. And in a league race, his first race in this league in Japan, I believe he put it on pole position despite the fact he spun out every other lap. So Pontic is the rookie this year, and he is honestly flying. Still makes mistakes, but still gets pole. On an out lap is Honey Badger. He is going to do his very best to improve to take provisional pole. He is currently 5/10 down. That is a mighty ask. However, it is going to be the last lap of the session. Grip is high, and if Pontic can do 4/10 improvement, it's possible he can do 5. It all depends on the straights. He is currently on an out lap. Xenophi sadly is not going to be able to make it to the race. It is very sad, as I do love seeing a Ferrari on track. They are my favorite team, and if you can tell, I am depressed. Honey Badger is now going to cross the line to start his hot lap. Sadly, there is no Ferrari in the session. You can't have anything these days. Honey Badger is coming across, nearing the end of Sector 1. He's in the middle, rotating his car around the corners. Can he, again, try to spoil Pontic's provisional pole? He does not get caught on the chicane. He takes the left-hander, takes the right, onto the straight. Sector 1 is a purple. He is flying. Pontic has retired. There's nothing he can do now. He has to now just wait to see if Honey Badger improves. He's now going to approach the car ahead of him. I believe it's the Williams of Marshaller or Leah Plays. Can they give him a slipstream? He's going to catch up to them onto the straight of Sector 3. Comes across Sector 2, and it is a green, not a purple. He has a purple 1, green 2. He now has a slipstream on the Williams ahead. Is it going to be enough to take provisional pole? Final corner. Final opportunity to mess up. Does he do it? He succeeds. Another slipstream by the Williams, who's on an outlap now, comes across the line. Honey Badger is on pole position, improving upon Pontic's time by 3/10. Honey Badger is now pole. Pontic is now demoted to P2 with his very impressive time from earlier. Kursk is trying his best to get into the front row. Sector 1, he has finished. He's now in Sector 2. He's not going to have the same slipstream that Honey Badger had. Honey Badger benefited. My controller just turned off. Come on, don't do that for me now. Marshaller retires from the session. P4. Kursk sets a green Sector 2. He is improving, but is it going to be enough? Honey Badger benefited from having a slipstream in 2 major straights. Kursk does not have that same benefit. He's only 3/10 down on Pontic. Can Pontic be demoted to P3? Is he going to keep P2? Across the final corner, Kursk is not going to the straight, and he's going to come across the finish line with an impressive time of a 128.9. He did not improve enough. He did improve, but it was not enough to take P2. Not enough for the front row. Kursk is now on the second row of P3. Marshaller finishes P4, TTV P5, Brian P7, Brian P6, a Wizzy P7, Tripouts P8, and Leah Plays in P9. The qualifying session has come to an end. I do not believe there was any impeding or any collisions. Very clean overtakes and getting out the way for their fellow drivers in Jeddah. Everyone did a really good job here in making sure that you did not impede. Very happy. Sadly, Xenophi was unable to make it due to issues with the game. This game honestly is horrible sometimes. Diamond Bullet says he will impede. Thank you, Diamond Bullet. I'll invite you right now for that sole reason. Honey Badger's claiming that the Williams did not give him that much of a slipstream, saying he was already up by 8/10 and actually lost time because of the Williams in the corner, which does make sense. I have 2 messages. Who's messaging me? Adrian, can send me a message to assault me? Good qualifying session. The fight for pole, in my opinion, was actually very entertaining. I'm being told my stream is very buffery. I don't know what to do about that. I am connected by an Ethernet, and I have very good Wi-Fi as I pay for good Wi-Fi. So if it's buffery, I blame Twitch because I'm coping. Hopefully it gets better with the race. Forgive me about that. I do think Pontic would have had a closer qualifying time had he went out at the same time around Honey Badger. Honey Badger went out at the last 2 minutes, while Pontic already retired by then. Not to discredit Honey Badger by any sense. It was a great lap by him, and he put it on pole deservingly. Now let's see what is going to happen in the main race. We'll put on the tires first. As you can see, most people are running mediums. Kursk is the only one on softs, and Trip Yachts is the only one on hards. Now to repeat myself, you have to run 5 laps this race on inters. That is a requirement. I actually don't know if Golden Callum made that announcement in the tier 2 chat. Hopefully he does now. However, if you're listening to the stream, it has to be 5 laps on the inters. The outlap and inlap do not count. You have to cross the main finishing line on inters. Oh yes, he did make the announcement. You're right. Thank you, Cena5, for correcting me. So yeah, as long as you cross the finish line, the timing line 5 times on the inters, that's enough to fulfill the requirement. So the question is, when do you pit for inters? Do you pit immediately? Do you wait for a safety car? In-laps do count? Oh, okay. So in-laps do count as the 5th time, but out-laps don't. Because I think we are counting the timing line in the pit lane. So, forgive me. Honey Badger and Pontic both being on mediums means either does not have the tire advantage. However, Kursk is on soft, so Kursk has a good chance to overtake Pontic into turn 1. Marcy is saying a lot of people accidentally did 6. That's honestly real. Here we have possible tire strategies. However, none of these strategies account for inters, so they are wrong. Do not do those. Kursk has the best opportunity to take P2 because of his softs, and he might compete for the lead coming out of lap 1 if he's fast enough on those softs. Everyone else is on mediums. Trip Yachts will possibly be passed by Leoplays as he's on hards, and he's going to be going along. Tire deg in Jeddah is honestly pretty bad. Not terrible, but it is bad, especially when you're following cars ahead of you. Trip Yachts might benefit from having clean air if he gets left behind as he's on the hards, and hopefully he can take that for a long time. Two cars did not line up correctly. It's okay though. Pontic has his car aimed at Honey Badger. He is going for the lead as fast as he can. 5 red lights. And we're off. Honey Badger gets a good start. Pontic tries his best to keep up. Kursk has a great start as well on the softs. He might take P2. Dive bomb by TTV. TTV dive bombs into turn 1. Takes second. Kursk takes 3. Pontic takes back 3. Brian down positioned. It looks like Brian was hit coming into corner 1. TTV with a audacious dive bomb takes second place. Was it legal? I do not know. Someone has damage for sure. Kursk is down to P4. Honey Badger, the only driver to get away unscathed, is still in P1. TTV does not have damage, neither does Pontic. Leah plays in P9. Brian's down in P8. Brian qualified, I believe, in P5. I saw debris as well. Who has the damage, though? Someone was still on the line. TTV with track limits warning right there as he went off track. No major damage I see, but I do believe someone possibly lost the front wing. I hope it was not one of the V-Carbs, as I have a soft spot for them. More contact coming into second straight. Pontic is going back for his P2 on the inside, but is not enough. Honey Badger continues the lead. Lap 1 is done and every driver has finished. Pontic, and into the pit goes Kursk. Kursk on the softs comes into the pit lane. He does not have damage. I think he is going for his inters already. When this is happening, we're going to check to see who has damage. It is not Leah Plays or Marshaller, who just seems to have went off right now. I don't know if anyone has damage, actually. Both V-Carbs look clean. So no one has damage. It just seems that the game is just making things up. It's possible someone has minor front wing damage, but nothing major so far. Kursk is the first car on inters. TTV is struggling, however. It's possible he has minor damage as he keeps going off track. But that could also be because of the dirty air ahead of him. Pontic has reclaimed his P2. He only lost it in turn 1. An interesting lap 1. For sure tickets, but who's at fault, I do not know. TTV did make a really aggressive dive bomb, but was it legal? If it was legal, it was the move of the season, honestly. And if it wasn't, he's a terrorist. But either way, it made some entertainment. Pontic is back to P2. However, he's not gaining on Honey Badger. It is too early to tell, though. It's only lap 1. Honey Badger sets a new fastest lap. When we are waiting, let's go back to positions changed. As you can see, Trip Yachts and Awizzy, both V-Carbs, have gained positions, while Marshaller in the Williams has lost 3. This is similar to Singapore when he also lost positions. Leah places up 1. Kursk is down 6, but Kursk has pit. He is the only driver to pit for the inters already. Pontic is gaining now. He was 2.5, it's already 1.7. He's in the slipstream, which is helping. 1.4 now. Pontic is rapidly gaining on Honey Badger. Is Honey Badger maintaining his tires? Did Pontic just damage his car? Is TTV gonna do anything? He's down in P3, 3 seconds down. He is in a podium position, however, when he was not on podium at the race start. Pontic is hunting down Honey Badger ruthlessly, already in 1 lap, 2.5 seconds, dissolved to only 0.8. Pontic is going to have DRS here, and he's going to have DRS on the main straight. Pontic is ruthless right now. Upset he went down to P4 at one point at race start. He's going for the lead. Marshaller overtakes Trip Yachts for P6 as well. Pontic is not close enough to overtake into this first corner, but he's going to have the opportunity on the next couple of straights when he has DRS. Kursk, who started on inters, is only 12 seconds off Leah place. Kursk is hoping that a safety car comes out after his inters run, because now everyone has to get bunched back up and he already has finished his requirement. But this only works if a safety car comes out. However, Pontic is 0.1 seconds away and he's on the inside, going for the overtake. Does not make it stick, but he does. He might. Into sector 2. He tucks behind again. He's on the inside. Pontic is a monster. Pontic succeeds in a corner that should not be overtaken. Pontic now leads the race. Does he have enough pace to leave? Honey Badger takes it back. They are fighting throughout sector 2. Pontic is going to have DRS again on the second straight. Honey Badger goes wide. Pontic keeps up. Into sector 3 they go. Honey Badger's not going to have DRS. Pontic is and the slipstream. Who is going to have DRS on the main straight? However, Honey Badger maintains the lead, meaning Pontic is going to have DRS and the slipstream into turn 1. Pontic on the outside. Honey Badger covers the inside off. Honey Badger might make it stick. Pontic around the outside. He now is on the inside and Pontic takes the lead, but Honey Badger is still next to him. They are going side by side in a corner that should not. Damage for Pontic as he loses his front wing. Or not. Never mind. Pontic has his front wing still. I'm seeing things. He is still on him, however. Honey Badger is touching the corners as tight as he can. Is he going to get a penalty right now? But Pontic does not care. Goes around in the inside and takes the lead again. Honey Badger, though, is not letting him drive away. Honey Badger is keeping up with him. An absolute masterclass of a race while switching positions multiple times. They have gapped TTV by a further 3 seconds since we began. Pontic is going to maintain the lead coming into the final straight of the lap. Honey Badger will now have the DRS and the slipstream. Is he going to overtake now or is he going to wait until the main straight? That is the question. He maintains position. Pontic crosses the final corner. Honey Badger now have the slipstream again. A repeat of the last lap, but Honey Badger comes into the pit lane. Pontic now continues. Honey Badger's in the pits. Does he have damage? I don't think he was ever in a situation where his front wing would have been damaged. If anyone has damage, it's Pontic. But it's possible he did get damaged when I wasn't looking. We can actually watch him. He leaves the pit lane so quickly, there's no way he replaces front wing. He is on the inters. Honey Badger abandons fighting Pontic and goes on the inters now. He is the second car to go on the inters. Kursk is already on the inters and he's about to finish. It's already lap 6. I believe this is his final lap on the inters now. He started lap 1 on softs, pitted on the beginning of lap 2, and this is now lap 6. So let's say lap 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe this is it. As Marcia stated, we are counting the in lap. I believe this is the in lap. Honey Badger started on mediums. Both him and Pontic were on mediums. Let's go back up to Pontic. Pontic also pits for the inters after doing another lap on the mediums. So both Pontic and Honey Badger are now going to be on the inters. Is he going to get a front wing change? He is not. They are replacing his tires for the rain-used inter tires, which it is not raining for right now. TTV now takes the lead. A car is off. I believe it's Marshaller. It is not Marshaller. It was actually a Wizzy. Forgive me. TTV is now in the lead on the mediums. Can he overcut with the mediums? He is going off track, but he does not have a penalty yet. If you can change 2 penalties, there are 2 penalties already. Awizzy has 6 and Brian has 3. Awizzy now has 9. Kirsch comes into the pit lane. He has done his time. He has finished the inters, and he is now going to pit for the hard tires. Is he going till the end, or is he going for a hard soft now? Which would make his tire strategy soft, inters, hard, softs. It's possible to go to the end from now, but he will have to care for those tires. TTV keeps the lead. However, Brian is only 0.4 seconds down. However, he has a penalty. Awizzy is also close. Awizzy is P3, only 1.7 down, but he has 9 seconds of penalties. Are they all his fault? Does he have an excuse to get them off? I do not know. He might be pushing too hard to catch up, but Awizzy is in P3, followed by Marshaller. Marshaller's down in P4, 3.1 seconds. He has slight oversteer coming out the corner. He's coming into the pit lane for his inters run. Pontic regained P4. Pontic is now P3. As I think multiple cars comes into the pit lane. It was actually 2, TTV and Awizzy. Not Awizzy, forgive me. I already forgot, I'm sorry. Pontic only did 1 more lap on the mediums, but he's 3 seconds ahead of Honey Badger. It's possible his medium still had pace. As again, I think Warren mediums is still faster than these inters. These inters are absolutely horrible on this dry track. Kursk has retired from the session with a full course safety car. Kursk, who was our first car to pit for inters, sadly will not finish the race, and a full course safety car has come out. Leah Place has damage, as you can see, but now she can pit. Who is going to benefit the most from this? Sadly, I think the car that would have benefited the most was Kursk, as he already finished his inters run. But sadly, he is the reason why. Kursk is cursing in the chat. He is not happy. Kursk, who is P2 in the championship and had the opportunity to take the lead, is not going to finish. It is an absolute travesty. However, is this going to have an effect on the rest of the race? Pontic does not have the 5 laps yet, but under safety car, he might actually get him. He pit around lap 6, I believe. It's only lap 9. If the safety car stays out long enough, he might be able to do the full 5 under safety car. Honey Badger also has... Actually, forgive me. Honey Badger actually pit first. Honey Badger on pit onto the inters a lap before. So he has the better opportunity to get off the inters. And whoever can get off inters first has the best chance of leading the race later. I do not have the laps they pit onto, I believe. No, I do not. I only know when they pit. So we're gonna have to fact check it later with the stream to make sure everyone does their full 5. Kursk believes he's out the championship. I do not know. Pontic missed the race and he's still in the championship. Lone Wolf's not even here. So Kursk might be lucky in the fact that even though he DNF'd, he might still be in contention just because Lone Wolf's not here and Pontic has not won the race just yet. Honey Badger is counting his laps. He needs to pit as fast as he can, legally of course. The moment his 5 are up, he needs to pit for the slicks, so that way he can pass Pontic. Pontic, who has 1 more lap to go after Honey Badger pits, is hoping the safety car stays out long enough. I do not know when they pit though, only they know. Brian and Pedri sadly did not pit. I can see in spectator menu. I don't know about that one, Chief. Oh wait, is that true? Oh my gosh, wait, that is true. Where's Tire Life? Golden Callum is schooling me and told me the truth. Can I hop on comms? I will not mind you hopping on comms. I have no clue how to add you to the stream though. 1 second. I can go into the Twitch commentator chat. Okay. I'm in the commentators chat now. I do not know if TTV can join the chat and talk. I'll have to see if I can fix that. Callum is the GOAT. Honey Badger only has to do one more lap.
Hello.
Hello, Kirsch. How are you?
Terrible.
You got to tell me, can you hear your voice on stream? I do not know how to fix that. I can see to add it.
What do you mean?
I believe they can hear you, actually. I don't know how to add Discord to the stream.
Let me list the stream. Yeah, you can hear me.
Okay, perfect. Tell me, Kirsch, what happened?
So, I was like zoned out thinking about something else in the final corner. Went like halfway through the braking zone and thought, oh, I need to brake, don't I? Slam on the brakes, think I've overshot this, tried to turn round and clip the barrier. And now
Now you're in the wall.
Yeah.
Got out the car,
wasn't
came
good.
to the commentators chat, and decided to start talking. I respect that.
Exactly.
This is a good race
Grind
so
never
far.
stops. Yeah, it was a decent race.
Decent race. Good, good action. Sadly,
Annoying that oh, continue.
Sadly, I think you would have benefited the most from the safety car. You would have been
Yeah.
already finished your inters. You'll be ahead by a lot. But
It's just annoying that like I was really slow, and then I finally found a setup that actually works. I was actually becoming quick, and I got decently competitive, and then I bent into the wall like a idiot.
things happen.
But oh well, things happen. Yeah.
The safety car is going to be in this lap. Honey Badger can actually pit off the inters, I believe, because it's an in lap, right? I believe that's correct. He's already done 4 laps. If he pits,
Hopefully, yeah, that's what I did.
if he goes into the pit lane now, he can finish his 5 laps of inters. Pontic has to do another lap though.
Oh, that's unlucky.
A whole lap of slicks, fresh slicks, is going to be amazing for Honey Badger's chances of winning. Everyone pitted
Yeah,
on
the
inters.
first 3
Very funny.
laps. The first 3 laps on inters isn't too bad, but then once they get hot and they start to wear, it's just so bad. You're sliding about all over the place.
It's even worse than Warren Slicks. It's just horrible.
Oh.
Honey Badger comes into the pit lane. He will be
A
last.
Wizzy's just bumped wheels with Brian, and Brian got a penalty for it.
Insane behavior. Us watching Honey Badger on the stream. Pontic still leads. 4 lap old enters. Awizzy is P2. Brian is P3. Trip Yacht's P4. Awizzy gets a penalty for track limits. Another one. Awizzy is not having a good time with these penalties. He's now up to 12. Brian's up to 6. TTV up in the P5. Actually, now that you're here, Kirsch, I can ask you, what happened in the turn 1 with TTV? As you were P3 on softs, you were then P2, then you were down to P4. After the dive bomb at TTV in the Aston Martin.
Oh, like me and Pontic agreed we were gonna work together, and like try and like overtake, what's his face,
Honey Badger.
Henry Badger, because we didn't think we'd have the pace to beat him. Now Pontic is showing the pace to beat him. So I was like, okay, I won't go too aggressive. So I got a really good start on him, and I thought, okay, no, I need to back out before I like hit him. I look in my rearview mirror and just see TTV flying by. I have a feeling that might have been in retaliation for me breaking his wing in qualifying, but I have no idea. I could be.
Oh, okay. A retaliation
'Cause-
crash is never good.
I'm not trying to like accuse him of anything, but
No accusations,
Well,
of course,
too
but we
much,
can always say alleged. We can say allegedly.
yeah, he allegedly.
Allegedly. It seems to be a job for the stewards later. Brian
Yeah.
takes P2 as Pontic goes into the pit lane to take off his inters. However, he is going to be, I believe, 10-ish seconds? No, I'm incorrect. 4 seconds. 4 seconds off Honey Badger. It is not that bad, actually.
Yeah.
He is trying to get past Leah Plays. Leah Plays is breaking into the corner. While Pontic might be the significantly faster car. Oh!
Doing
Contact between the both of them. Pontic is desperate to pass Leah. He is faster, but he has to pass safely. Whose fault is that? I don't know. Leah is recharging ERS. And
say that was definitely on
picks the
Pontic
inside line. I do believe it might be on Pontic going too fast. He does now have front wing damage.
there. He's riding along the wall. What is he doing?
Pontic is trying his best to claw back his first position. The safety car was unlucky for him. He's now 6 seconds down after the Leah Plays incident. Don't know if it's her fault, however. I wouldn't blame her so soon. I believe technically she was ahead at the corner. Can Pontic catch up on damage?
Wizzy and Brian are fighting.
Golden Cow reminded me I'm a steward. I am a steward later. Currently, I am a commentator. I don't want to mix those two up right now. I don't want to steward as I commentate. That's kind of rude.
Oh,
Brian takes the
Brian
lead.
trying to go on the
Owizzy
outside.
keeps fighting for it. Owizzy takes the lead. Brian does not stick it. Pontic passes
It's a good fight
Marshaller.
between those two.
Pontic passes both Williams now. He's back at the 4 seconds. Oh, no, correct me. It's 7 seconds actually. I forgot where Tripgas came from.
Marshaller's in the pits.
TTV gets a time warning now. His first warning, 3 seconds. Brian goes wide. While the fight for P1 between Pontic and Honey Badger is really good, the fight between Brian and Owizzy since the beginning has been great. They've been fighting constantly. So the prediction was 2 safety cars. Do you think that's correct?
With how the fighting's going on, I'd say yeah, we're definitely going to see another safety car.
We're only halfway through the race so far.
Can't believe I did that. That is genuinely frustrating, but
It is
well.
in fact Jeddah. There's no room for any mistake. Oh! Brian hits the back of Owizzy. No damage to Brian so far. I am surprised that Pontic got damage off Leah Plays. I felt like we've seen a worse contact between cars with no damage.
They got damage.
I believe Pontic's missing his front wing. We can watch Pontic now for a couple seconds to see. Yep, his front right. He's missing the end cap.
Yeah, he's missing his end plate. Yeah. That's unlucky. That is unlucky.
Pontic is 6 seconds down on Honey Badger. He's gained another second. However, he's on the faster I can't talk. His tires are 1 lap fresher. But I do not know if that's gonna invalidate his damage to his front wing, especially around Jeddah with the fast sweeping corners. If Pontic is able to win this, it's gonna be genuine skill that he is showing.
Yeah, definitely.
Currently trying to catch up to his teammate Brian. Brian, who's been a great driver. 6 second penalties right now, sadly, but he's been racing and qualifying very well.
He's quite consistent. He's quite good at getting P4s, P3s, so it's good of him.
I think he actually switches positions with Pontic willingly, knowing the stakes
Yeah.
here.
Wondering if he was going to hold him up or not, but good teammate.
Good teammate Brian is. Brian usually never fights his teammates so far in this competition. No point in slowing them down. Brian right now has a pretty good gap to P4. I think he has pit. Has he? We can check. No, he has not actually. That makes sense. Brian's still on inters. Golden Cadam's accusing you of celebrating Pontic's damage. Is this correct? Pontic, he is your
mean-
current championship contender. Brian's into the pits
I'm
now.
Not celebrating per se, but I'm not going to say no to it.
I'm not gonna say no. I respect that. Currently, Honey Badger is a new rookie, so he is nowhere near championship contention, with only 2 races left.
Yeah.
Brian coming into the pits for a new set of inters.
What?
Has Brian fumbled it. Brian now
I think
has
he has.
more inters. He has to pit again for slicks.
I think you forgot to change it. I almost did.
He is not
Oh,
happy.
He's gonna be frustrated with that.
And a fumble by the Haas pit crew has caused Brian to come back out on inter tires despite he already has qualified with the 5 laps.
Leah Plays is in the pits.
Leah Plays
Get
in the
rid of those
pits.
inters.
Everyone pit under
Is
the
she
safety
gonna make the same
car.
mistake?
Under the safety car, every driver pit for inters. The only drivers who didn't pit already have pit, with being Honey Badger and Pontic. Pontic's 8 seconds down. She pits for hards, does not make the same mistake she does. Brian does. Marshaller, P5, also on hards. So it seems like everyone's trying to two stop from the beginning. I can figure out where the button is. What am I looking for again? Yeah, enter. There you go. Everyone's on hards besides a Wizzy. A Wizzy actually is on mediums. 9 seconds down on Honey Badger. Pontic is losing time because of the damage. I think, as we saw earlier, Pontic had more than enough pace to catch Honey Badger. He was absolutely flying on Honey Badger earlier. Between laps 2 and 5, he was gaining a second per sector, honestly. The only thing that can save Pontic's race right now is another safety car. A safety car allowing him to pit for a fresh front wing will be an absolute game changer in this race. However, who is going to pit? Who is going to cause a safety car? Our current, closest battle is between P3 and P4. The Aston Martin and the V-Carb. A fight that's happening even in real life. TTV has the pace. A Wizzy has the defense. They're coming across Sector 2 now. DRS will be activated for the Aston Martin. TTV gets another time penalty. He's actually going to match, I believe, a Wizzy's. Trippier gets the penalty as well. This is another example of Williams' excellence in not getting penalties.
If Pontic finishes P2, he'll be 18 points ahead of me or something like that. Or 20 points.
I believe, is this the second to last race or the third last race?
This is second to last.
Second to last.
So unless he DNS from either this or the next race, I think he's got this championship in the bag.
Lone Wolf is not here.
I would absolutely hate for the commentator's curse to happen. I'd absolutely hate that.
If Pontic comes in second, what's the point for second? 27? Lone
Yeah,
Wolf will
27.
still have a chance as he was ahead Pontic significantly
Yeah.
beforehand. So Lone Wolf, if he comes in the last race, might have the championship. However, if Pontic DNFs and Lone Wolf doesn't show up, you're still in contention in my opinion. Never say never. Things can happen. Like you saw just now, you
Yeah.
crashed out. He can crash out. A Wizzy has a time penalty. 15 seconds. Both Williams, though, are really good at keeping it on track.
Same can't be said for me, but we move.
Especially Marshaller, because Marshaller used to not have the pace at the beginning of the season. He used to actually qualify around the bottom. But recently, he's been improving drastically. He's now qualifying in the top 5. But there's only 10 people now, but he's still qualifying top 5 amongst those 10. And he
For a
did.
second, I thought I was going to go quicker than me in quali. So,
And not only is he keeping it, Pontic takes the lead as Honey Badger
Honey Badger's
pits.
pit again.
He was on the hards. He was on the hards first. I believe he thinks it's not possible to go to the end on those hards, and you had to pit. So you'd rather pit early than wait until the last second and lose time.
Yeah.
So in his
fair
head,
enough.
it's impossible to do the hards for the full 10 laps. Pontic is 8 seconds ahead. It does not
Pontic is losing
have
so much time.
he does not have the safety car interval yet. He's already within the safety car interval. However, can he stay out and keep that 8-second gap? He has to lose less than a second per lap.
Pontic has already lost like over a second. Yeah, no. Pontic's been a bit of a pickle here.
He is in a situation which all stemmed from the Leo Plays incident. However, I think he has to blame himself for that one, honestly. He was desperate to pass Leo Plays so quickly.
Yeah.
I do believe that had he waited to the main straight to pass Leah, he would have caught up to Honey Badger easily. If he showed the same pace
seconds.
as the first couple laps. Honey Badger's in P2. There's no one in between them to cover off. TTV's P3, 9 seconds penalty, 11 seconds down. Currently, Marshaller is on another podium. Marshaller's 5 seconds below TTV. As long as he doesn't get a penalty and he does not lose another 3 seconds, he's on podium. Oh, Wizzy sadly wins too many penalties.
Is that those mediums go off quite quickly, but I don't think they will.
A safety car will still help him, as a safety car will let him pit off the tires and for a front wing and keep P2 at the bare minimum. But a safety car right now is not looking likely. There is 2 cars fighting in the final corner. It's Brian and Trip Yachts. However, Brian is quite ahead. Trip Yachts is down. Both have penalties, however.
Wizzy's got 15 seconds of penalties. Bloody hell.
Jetta is not kind. Here's another view of a Wizzy's specialty helmet. Looks very nice in my opinion. But track limits around Jetta is not the kind. Right there especially. That sweeping left to right. If your car gets stuck on that little chicane bump, you're stuck. You're on the ride now.
Many a lap I've had
DNF says you get straight into the wall.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It's not fun to go around that section not properly. Honey Badger says a purple first sector and second sector. 2.5 seconds. He's already on Pontic. They have both gained time on TTV, so Pontic's not even slow. Honey Badger's just faster right now. With a new fastest lap with a perfect 130.000.
That is satisfying.
It is a shame because Pontic had the pace to win. He honestly had. If he replicated the same pace from the beginning of this race, he was on track to be on the front of the podium.
To the start of the first sector, Ponting was pulling away there, but he's sort of, no.
5 laps to remain.
This is unfortunate for him.
2 seconds between the championship contender and the rookie Honey Badger. A further 2 seconds gained on TTV. Both are doing a great job at gapping TTV, honestly.
Yeah.
Marshaller, 6.3 seconds down in the 2 laps. He needs to keep up for that podium position. However, it's possible he might get the podium later if TTV gets a penalty for the dive bomb at the beginning of the race. Still has to be looked at.
Badgers broke the 1-2 second mark, so next lap they'll be fine, probably.
Leah Plays is close to being lapped. She is quite a distance away still. She's still 30 seconds up the road. So she actually might finish the race unlapped.
1.4, 1.3, 1.2.
The question is, can Pontic defend? This is not a really defensive track.
Honey Badger is running low on ERS, so...
He is recharging currently. He might be trying to save up for... Pontic's also recharging, however. So both are recharging through this next couple corners. I do not see Honey Badger going for the overtake in this little straight right here. He's probably going to wait until Sector 3. However, he is gaining, and he might decide to send it. We do not know. Marshaller gained another 10th. Lost another 10th, so he is kind of static around his location right now. Leah Plays with a penalty. Leah Plays gets her first time penalty in the league around Jeddah. Which shows how hard Jeddah is. I believe Leah Plays did her very best to not get that penalty. So it does show how
So she's
hard
quite a
Jeddah
clean
is.
driver.
Quite a clean driver. So I do believe Jeddah is just a really hard track to not get a penalty in,
Ooh.
which shows how good Pontic and Honey Badger are doing at getting 0 penalties. Marshaller as well.
Honey Badger just tried to fake it into that corner, trying to put Pontic into some pressure.
Coming to turn 1, Honey Badger is being static. He
he
knows
gonna
the
send it?
best
No, he's not.
overtake is the main straight. The main straight has the greatest opportunity to overtake. Pontic is trying to cover off the inside line. A defense, can he do it? Honey Badger trying to full send it down the inside. They are tight. Honey Badger takes the lead. Pontic regains it. Pontic keeps the lead. Honey Badger's unsettled because of the sausage curb. He is faster here. Goes around the outside, does not keep it. This is the same corner that killed Yuki Tsunoda because Gasly decided to kill him. Very surprised. There is an echo. Yes, you're correct. Let me see if I can fix that. Is it fixed now? Okay, cool. Okay. Oh, wait, that's the echo. How did I fix that? Okay.
Is it me echoing or is it you?
I believe I'm echoing off your mic. I think it's better now, though.
I was a bit close to my mic. I'll move it a bit away.
Okay. Hello, hello. Hopefully that's better. Okay, I can hear an echo now. Thank you, Xenophi, who's been in the lobby the entire time, helping out. Honey Badger takes the lead again.
He does.
Is this
Now,
opportunity
on one
to...
hand, this is unfortunate for Pontic. However, this is good for me. No bias, though. No bias.
No bias. Pontic is still on him. He's being dragged by the slipstream and the DRS.
If
Pontic
Pontic
is
wants to get back
not
by, this is his only opportunity.
with DRS. Does he have the inside
He's
line?
gonna have to
Is he
send
going
it. He's
for
gonna
it?
have to send it.
He doesn't go on the inside. He goes around the outside,
He
actually.
doesn't. Trying to do a switchback, send him deep.
I don't think a
Hasn't
switchback is
worked.
possible around the Jeddah first corner. It's too
Nah.
tight of a braking zone to effectively switch back. Especially since the inside car can literally break in the corner.
And he's
Oh!
out! He's
Pontic's out!
Oh, oh my
Pontic
God.
hits the wall and he's out. Pontic had a great race. Oh my gosh.
That is unfortunate for him.
Pontic was having an absolute crazy race with damage, was keeping up with the Red Bull of Honey Badger. He does not care. Pontic was on fire and he hits the wall. Hydroponic must retire from this race. This means Hydroponic, Lone Wolf, and Kursk, all 3 championship contenders, did not get points. But Brian in P4, currently in P5, is going to gain points.
This is really bad for Pontic because obviously he is quite a far distance behind Lone Wolf. So I think Lone Wolf's got this championship in the bag. Because I have to outscore him by 12 points. So, and then Brian has to... No, I have to outscore him by 12 points. Lone Wolf has to outscore... Not Lone, Pontic has to outscore him by 21. That is really unfortunate for Pontic. Hello?
Sorry. I got a text that was important.
Oh, that's right.
Pontic, you can't leave the You can't leave the league after this race. The final race is going to be an absolute amazing race, and I always enjoy watching Pontic race. That was an amazing race from Pontic. Marshaller, however, is now P3, and he's within the 9 seconds for P2. Can Marshaller have the highest finishing position for him? He was P4, he was P3, and he might be P2. Leah Plays moves up to P7. Brian is now up to P4. He has a penalty. However, it is not going to be enough. He's going to maintain P4. Marshaller is practically guaranteed P2, and Honey Badger will take the win from pole position in 1 lap's time.
Ontic had a shot at being the second multiple race winner, but that is unfortunate. That is really unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. Pontic was on
I mean-
fire. Pontic was zooming.
Once again, it's good for me, but you didn't hear that from me.
TTV should still maintain his podium position of P3.
Oh, what the fuck? TTV's hitting the wall. Has he just lost his wing? Pardon my French, I do apologise.
He does have front wings, though. He has both front wings. This is one of the best races. For sad reasons, however, I'm not happy to see Pontic or my current commentator, Kursk, crash out. However, it does make the race more entertaining. And it will make the championship come in the final race way more entertaining. Honey Badger gets his first penalty, 3 seconds. Not enough for anything to happen, though.
The thing is, Lone Wolf was meant to be racing. He signed up and said he was racing. Yeah. So, if Lone had turned up, he would have secured the championship, more than likely.
Marshaller, an absolute great form, is going to finish on the podium once again. P3 up to P2 after penalties.
How many points is P4?
P4, I believe, gains quite a decent amount. I think 20 under the current rule set.
P4. Yeah, a 21.
21. Brian is now in championship contention, but right now, Honey Badger will cross the line P1 from pole position after a great battle with Pontic. Honey Badger has won the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix in the Golden Racing League. Second place across the line will be the Aston Martin of TTV, A. Curley. He had a race of all time, comes across P2. He would not keep it though, as Marshaller comes across the line P2. Demotes TTV down to P3. Good race from both of them. Marshaller is second place for Williams. Brian finishing this race as Golden Callum has jinxed everyone else, is now in championship contention. P4. The V-Car Boys. But he loses to P5 as Chip Yachts has one of his greatest performances up to P4.
Okay, that puts Brian out of the championship fight then. He can't win it anymore.
Dang.
It was a strong...
It was an absolute strong showing from Brian as he splits the V-Car Boys. Marshaller is going to win a race soon, according to Golden Callum.
That was a prime example of great racecraft from Honey Badger. Just simply
our race winner and fastest lap is going to be Honey Badger. Our most overtakes will be a Wizzy, and our driver of the day is Brian. Good job, everyone.